This portion of New Day Northwest is sponsored by A Piece of Cake.
As we continue our spring wedding show, we turn our attention to dessert, happily. The history of the wedding cake actually dates back to the Roman Empire, and cutting the cake symbolizes the first joint task of married life. The cake's shape, flavor, and decorations have, of course, changed over the centuries, turning into works of art that reflect the personalities of the bride and the groom. And here to share some beautiful creations from A Piece of Cake, it's a Hong Kong-style bakery in the heart of Seattle's International District. Please welcome Ying Liang and cake decorator Andy Ming. Thank you for being with us. Thanks for coming.
I wish that the audience at home could smell what we're smelling right now, because the smell of cake is it's so delicious. Well, first, why don't you give us an idea of what Andy is doing right now?
So right now, Andy is decorating a wedding cake, the second layer. As you can tell, we have 2 layers already finished, and he's working on the other layer. So after he finishes, he's going to put this as a middle layer, and it will become a 3 layers wedding cake.
Wow. Okay, and tell us a little bit about A Piece of Cake. It's a Hong Kong-style bakery. What does that mean?
So A Piece of Cake is basically a bakery that is a combination of Hong Kong style and a little bit of mixture of the local style. So let me talk about a little bit of Hong Kong style bakery. So basically we use the fresh ingredients that we can get, like the fresh fruit, the fresh flour, anything that we can make to make it a more healthy and a more delicious, more soft cake.
Okay, and some people that have said that the flavor of the cake is still sweet and delicious, but it's not as sort of overpowering, sugary sweet.
That's correct. So it is sweet, but not very sweet. So a Hong Kong style bakery is more like a healthy style type of bakery.
I like that, because sometimes when you take a bite of cake and your teeth just hurt and you want to eat more, but you just can't go on. Yeah. Okay, and so you do cakes for all sorts of celebrations, but what's the significance of doing a wedding cake versus another kind of cake?
So wedding cake is one of the focus or the specialties that A Piece of Cake has. And our Andy, he has been working in China for a long time doing wedding cake and other cakes. And he'll bring this idea of wedding cake from China to come over here and learn the local culture of the wedding cake. And he used that as the spirit or, ideas to create it's a combination of different culture into the wedding cake.
That's great. And you can do custom cakes too, right? So if somebody comes in and sort of gives you an idea of what it is that they want, that's something that you guys can also do at A Piece of Cake.
That's correct. This is one of the examples of wedding cake that we do. However, we have more different style, and you can look at our website, and then we will show you different style. If you want to customize our cake, you're more welcome to tell us what you want, and we will do the best we can for you.
And anybody who has walked by your store, I know we're showing a shot of this cake right now, but this is a really good illustration of the kinds of cakes that you'll see. The fruit on top of the cakes is sort of unique, and it's something that you don't see in every bakery you go to, but this is one of your specialties, is using the fresh fruit in the cakes.
That's correct. And actually inside we have the fresh fruit inside of the cake as well.
Wow. Ooh.
Yeah.
The entire audience, a collective, ooh, that sounds so good. All right, why don't we take a look at how much Andy has already done in the amount of time that we've just been talking?
I think that, are you almost done? Yeah, so I think that he's almost done. So right now you just have to put it into the second layer and then make it like the whole cake.
Nice and tall. People like their wedding cakes to be nice and tall. Could we try some?
Of course.
The benefit of hosting the show is to try some cake.
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh
yeah, don't see, being around cake scares me. I'm always nervous I'm going to knock it over. I've seen too many of those bad comedies where someone walks by the cake and knocks it over. So that will go on top of here.
Yeah, so while Andy is working on putting the middle layer into the cake, let me just cut the fruit cake and we can give it a try.
Okay.
And I'll use a fork. You don't need to feed me like we're actually at a wedding. And so there's fruit inside this cake as well?
That's correct.
Oh my gosh. The audience on the edge of their seats. Oh. Well, while you're getting that cut, I will let everybody know that for more information about A Piece of Cake and the work that they do, you can visit our website. We have all the information. And in addition to cakes, they also run a cafe, so you definitely want to check out their menus as well. And as I take a bite of this delicious looking cake, I would also like to tell you, our audience, that you also get to eat this cake. So yay! There's cake for everyone after the show. That's great. Thank you so much for being with us. It looks, oh, look at, you can see the fruit inside. Oh my gosh, I'm salivating.